Hey everybody, this is Tim Peck running for U.S. Congress in Indiana 9, and the maps are out from the State House. The Republicans are trying to gerrymander Indiana into a place where it's represented by only Republicans, and let me tell you, it's going to backfire. Take a look at this map. Indiana 9 has changed quite a bit. It used to be 18 counties, it's now 12, and one thing that they've done is they've kept Clark, Floyd, Harrison grouping together. Those counties work together, and those counties have been moving more blue in the last few years. And in fact, Floyd almost flipped last year. It was well outperformed the rest of the state against Donald Trump. And so if we keep moving that forward, I fully expect Floyd to flip to Democrats. And the Republicans, the national Republicans who are handing down these maps, certainly don't understand that dynamic. I live in Clark County here. It built up trust with people in Clark County, and we're going to flip this one too. Harrison is a place that I have come to love quite a bit, spent so much time in there, and it is about getting Democrats out to vote, getting progressives, getting centrists, getting independents, getting right of center people out to vote and saying, you know, you tried to put me in a place where you got to pick who my representative is. No, I'm going to vote and say, I want my representative to be someone who brings us together. And I promise you, I'm trying to bring all of our voices together, not just separate us and have politics be as usual. You also have Washington and Scott County. Those two counties are where Erin Houchin are from and where she grew up. And I don't think they'll be very happy with Erin Houchin that she's trying to make the game fixed. And so I think those voters will hear it. We also have counties like Crawford that doesn't have a hospital, Orange that has a hospital but you can't give birth, Harrison has a hospital but you can't give birth, Washington has a hospital but you can't give birth. And with Medicaid cuts coming in a year, those hospitals are on the chopping block of not existing anymore if the big beautiful bill's Medicaid cuts go through. Not only that, but what happens if we don't have Obamacare subsidies come through and people get the care that they need that way? If people can't pay for their care, then hospitals can't stay open. It's that easy. And so we need people to be insured. And I already live in a healthcare desert here in northern Clark County, 40 minutes away from the nearest emergency department. You know, this is going to only continue throughout this new district here. We have Lawrence County and where Bedford is, we have Jackson County where Seymour is, and then we're going to move up north into Brown County, now Morgan County being part of this. And what you can see is that's been carved out very conveniently is Monroe County, where Bloomington is. And so spent so much time, have so many allies there, have done so much work to really understand what the people of Monroe County, of Bloomington are struggling with, what they need in terms of being represented. And this map is trying to take that away from them. Erin Houchin does not show up to understand what they need, and now they're going to be put into yet another district. But one thing I would watch out for is by combining Bloomington into Indiana 8, you're actually combining it with Evansville, which has become much more strong in terms of its party, in terms of its organization. And we have a great candidate there who can combine and maybe bring Indiana 8 to the Democrats as well. And if you look at this map, it stretches even a little bit more up to Marion County. And where's Marion County? That's where Indianapolis is. And so yes, that Indianapolis doesn't exactly look like rural Clark County where I live, but what it does have is a lot of hospitals. Yes, I'm wearing my scrubs because I'm going to work later. And so those people, you think they want to be represented by a physician? Do you think they want to be spoken to by someone who understands their healthcare needs? I can't wait to get their ear and tell them how I'd like to reform the healthcare system to do better for them so that they can do their jobs to do better for their patients. And so a ton of help there. There's a lot of people in Indianapolis who are going to feel like their vote will not count. But in fact, their vote can count even more by putting that vote in and helping us bring Indiana 9 away from divisive political rhetoric, away from the current Republican Party, and toward a representative like myself who's going to bring us all together. So this redistricting can either go away because we can continue to have our voices heard, calling our representatives, calling our senators, or it can happen, and then let's bring the fight right to them and vote.